Hello, people of the internet. We are Biffy Clyro, and we're going to play you some songs and answer some questions. So this is the first one. This song's called Stingin Belle. You see love, I see killing time. What's mine is yours, and yours is mine. You make me laugh, I make you cry. I guess that rhymes. You're contained by floors and walls. I'm contained by your control. You're overthrown, but underworn. I told you so. We're singing for this singing bell. She's clearly lost her way, craving all the simple times inside her tragic day. Go some balls and speak your mind. You think you're cool like a porcupine. You're more like doves that are taking flight. The sky is mine. We're singing for this singing bell. She's clearly lost her way, craving all the simple times inside her tragic day. We're singing for this singing bell. She's clearly lost her way, craving all the simple times inside her tragic day. We're singing for this stinging bell. We're singing for this singing bell. We're singing for this stinging 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 bell. First song down. First question coming up. This is a strange name, Robin Englert.
Nice name.
Is that a real name? What's your favourite song you've ever written? Ooh,
That's a tough one.
that's it's an easy one, James.
Is it?
No, there's a song on the new record called Spanish Radio, which has turned out in such a way that I'm just extremely proud of it. I think it could be the best song I've ever written, so I'll go with that. Spanish Radio. It's one you don't know yet, but you will know very soon. So now, I'm going to tune my guitar.
Chloe Caldwell. Hello, Chloe.
It's a Scottish name.
Scottish.
Is
second
it?
name,
Hello.
isn't
Yeah, yes, it is.
All right, sweetheart.
She's asking us, Ben, what's the weirdest and best fan experiences? What do you think?
Well,
Best.
you fobbed that question
I know,
off,
I
James.
did.
That's nice.
So, it's one of my
You're asking me now.
well, I'll take it.
Okay.
One of my favourite memories is we're over in Japan. Some of the fans there are particularly supportive, and they really love the band. And I remember one fan came and she'd drawn some really beautiful pictures of me. Obviously, it was all about me, but she drew some beautiful pictures of me, and that was just a really, really nice thing to get. And we've had some amazing things over the years. I think when fans get tattoos, that's always something that really blows our mind. It's mega commitment and really, really nice.
Next one, Ed Cooper. Tell us more about the sand at the core of our bones. You want to know about Disc 1? Ed, is that right? Is it more obscure and generally a bit more like your older stuff? No.
No.
No, definitely not. We've moved on. And yeah, we're still exploring new things. And there's some weirdness on this record. There's some prettiness, and we've kind of just tried to take everything that we've always kind of put in our music and just tried to make as good a record as possible. So we try and not think about the older songs when we're working in music. You know, we try and just always look forward. Once we record an album, we don't really listen to it again. So it's no, you know, you got to trust, you got to follow your instinct, you got to trust your soul and all that. And unless we're making music for ourselves, you know, that's the most important thing. Mm-hmm. What else we got? Lee Marley, is that Bob's son? Lee? Hello, Lee. Lee. Who inspires you the most in music? These guys.
Oh.
These twins. These gorgeous twins.
Oh, wait, Simon, hold on.
And you to us. What you
there
got?
you go, man.
Thanks. More money, more problems, guys. More money, more problems. What is Born on a Horse really about, says Casey Oldman? Well, it's autobiographical. And I was indeed born on a horse, and that's what's wrong with me, because as soon as I was born, I fell off the horse, and I smacked my head in the ground. But yeah,
you did have a little obsession about horses, didn't you, in the last record?
I did. Yeah, I was madly obsessed, so much so that I've got horse tattoos all over me now, and yeah, I just love I love the freedom of a horse and the gallop.
It's a powerful
it'd be
animal.
nice to be hung like a horse. One day, you never know. You never know. Right? Do you want to read one, Benny?
We've got, what's the worst car? This is from Tim Schmidt. What's the worst car you've ever driven?
Wow. I had a Volkswagen Polo, which was a nightmare. It was very un-German.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough. Most cars I've driven have been good.
We had two really cool cars. Well, they're not cool, but we made them cool. When we were making the record, we had a couple of Jettas, so we were racing each other to the studio. That's a Volkswagen Jetta again.
Yeah.
But, I'm a big Volkswagen fan, in case you haven't figured
out. James has got a nice Volkswagen camper van, actually.
Yeah, but we were tearing up Santa Monica and Los Angeles and racing each other to the studio. So I think that was quite a lot of fun.
31 miles an hour. Fast. That stuff was fast. Taylor Hop Lounge. I hope it's Hop Lounge, because that's pleasant to say. It's like cellar door. Best festival memory. For me, there's probably a couple. I'll pick the first time we played Reading Festival, headlining the tent. I think it was a Radio 1 tent, and I ended up setting my guitar on fire that night. But it was just one of those amazingly perfect gigs. You know, it's only every now and again. You know, all gigs feel great to do, and they're always unique experiences. But that Reading Festival was really. It just went by in such a blur, and it was just one of the most perfect moments. I was so overwhelmed after it. What about you guys?
This summer, I think at Isle of Wight, getting to share the stage with the legendary Pearl Jam. And that was kind of one of those ones since we were very young. We always dreamed of playing with that band, and to finally get up there and we got to watch them at the side of the stage, and Mike McCready's coming over and shaking our hands and giving us plectrum. So that was a real fanboy moment for us. And there's been some good festivals down the years, though.
Yeah, there have. We played in Hove Festival, Festival in Norway, and turned around in the second song to see Dave Grohl crouched watching us, and tried not to soil myself. And continued to play a great gig, and then we ended up getting asked to go on tour with the Mighty Foos off the back of that show. So
Power of music.
There you go.
Here we go. Jack Clark, looking forward to the tour. That's very to the point. Yes.
Yes,
indeed.
Can we have some more inventive questions, please?
Hopefully, Jack will see you at one of the shows.
Yeah, we better, Jack. That question's moot. Charlotte Emily Reese, what is your favourite music video you have made, and why? Right, this is quite easy for me. I like the Machines.
Yeah, Machines video we got.
Because we literally just had to lie on a floating bed for like 6 hours, and we didn't have to do anything apart from move our lips and sync the lyrics. But the boys didn't even have to do that.
I fell asleep.
I think the only active moment was eyes open, boys, eyes open. So
that took a few takes as well.
It was a challenge.
Should we play another song, or should we do some more questions?
I think we have to keep answering these
just
questions.
Keep going.
You guys keep flinging them in. Right, we'll go fast and hard. Sean, no second name. Sean, tell us your second name. We want to find you. What current artists are each of you listening to lately?
We all have to listen to different artists.
Yeah, there's lots of good stuff out at the moment. Who have we got? New Frightened Rabbit records, Special. I'm a big fan of Liturgy, who are a transcendental black metal band, which everyone needs something like that in their life.
I've been listening to a bit of Mets, a band from Toronto, and a little bit of Blacklisters, and both kind of similar bands. The Blacklisters are from Leeds, so I think they're just makes them different by default.
It does, geographically different.
Yes.
Right, time for song number 2.
Alright.
We're going to do Black Chandelier. Here we go. Drip, 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 drip. I shouldn't laugh, but I know I'm a failure in your eyes. I know it's daft, but I guess that I know it deep inside. It feels like we're ready to crack these days, you and I. When it's just the two of us, only the two of us, I could die. You left my heart like an abandoned car, old and worn, ain't no use at all. But I used to be free. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared but holding eyes. But there's a black chandelier, it's casting shadows and lies. Drip, 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 drip. I'll sit in silence for the rest of my life if you'd like. Dressing our winds with industrial gloves made of wire. Feel it penetrating the skin, we begin to relax. When it's just the two of us and a cute little cup of cyanide. You left my heart like an abandoned car, old and worn, ain't no use at all. But I used to be free. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared while holding knives. But there's a black chandelier, it's casting shadows and lies. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared while holding knives. But there's a black chandelier. Left my heart like an abandoned car, old and worn, ain't no use at all. But I used to be free. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared but holding knives. But there's a black chandelier, it's casting shadows and lies. We're gonna separate ourselves tonight. We're always running scared while holding knives. But there's a black chandelier. Cool.
I have to go straight to one question here from Amelia. And she asked, do you agree that Ben looks like a kitten?
Well,
Who's the question? To you guys then, I guess.
I guess so.
so.
Ben does sometimes look like a kitten. We've got a couple of pictures of him where he looks like a newly hatched chick, which is quite something. You don't want to know how we found those pictures, but they are there. So, Molly Perryman, how do you go about creating a new song together, and how do your lyric ideas come about? Well, I write the songs at home. Normally spend quite a while on them, just making sure the arrangements and everything are good, and then the lyrics tend to come slightly afterwards. It's trying to find the melodies and trying to find the flow of the song and where it sits. And one thing you can't rush really is kind of creating music, and I guess that's why there's been a big gap between this album and our previous one. But you never know when lightning's going to strike. So you just got to kind of always be open to it, and lyrics just kind of come from things that you've perhaps written down over a couple of years, and sometimes songs just flow out and you don't even quite know what you're singing about until later on. So it's a magical experience that I don't like to analyse too much. What else?
Megan Bleach. What's
Megan
Megan
Bleach.
that's
If
a
you
good
weren't in a band, the music industry, what do you think you'd be doing instead? We'd be in prison or dead. No, that's not true.
We've done this since we were 14, 15, so we've never really
Answer the bloody question, man.
Well, no, that's it. That's me answering it. You know, we couldn't imagine doing anything else. We've never tried to do anything else. We never really wanted to do anything else. And to be perfectly honest, we feel that we've got the best job in the world. So
I think we always thought Plan B was perhaps a bad idea.
Yeah.
So we just stuck with the Plan A, and failure was not an option. So that's why we just keep playing, keep making music. That was all we wanted to do. But I would have been a spaceman, an astronaut, no doubt. Chris Germany. That's not your real name. Doesn't exist.
You can't do that.
Do you find songwriting difficult sometimes because it makes you deal with things that bother you more than normally? No, that's a tough question. I think songwriting shouldn't ever be difficult. It's just about kind of letting your soul explode almost to a certain extent, and let your insides kind of tell you how they're feeling. You know, I try not to analyse songs too much, so you know it shouldn't be difficult though. You know, you shouldn't be beavering away, scratching your eyes out trying to figure out a song. If a song either works or it doesn't, and if it doesn't, move on to the next one. Right, great. No one's got a name for this, but would you rather be in a fight with a horse-sized duck or 10 duck-sized horses?
wow, I was just thinking
That's
about that earlier on.
fantastic.
Actually,
Definitely 10 duck-sized horses.
Yeah,
I
we
think.
could take 3 each, and there would be one left.
Yeah,
Three.
because ducks, even at the current size they're at, they're quite snappy and pretty good in a scrap.
Do you want to hear my Donald Duck impression?
Very,
That's as
very
as it
good.
gets.
See, that's scary right away. That puts
Imagine 10 of them.
yeah, no,
Well, no, in fact, it'd be horses.
it's chilling.
Or one large one doing that.
Yeah, I think the idea of huge ducks is really scary.
yeah.
What else?
Tara's asking, do you guys have any pre-show rituals? If so, what are they?
Yeah, I guess we're a bit of we're a slave to the ritual. Really, we start to get really annoyed if things don't go minute by minute according to plan. So yeah, there's numerous things that The main thing is that we have a big group hug, which sounds boring as you like, but it's essential. If we don't do that, then the gigs just don't work. And anything else?
It's all quite dull.
We sometimes
quite dull.
sacrifice a chicken.
Yeah.
But, no chickens were actually harmed during the making of this record. But yeah, nothing too serious. That's boring. Simon, Maddie Hill. Simon, why do you switch to an English accent halfway through questions?
What?
Questions and answers? I don't know. I haven't noticed. I have not noticed. So I'm sorry if I do. And I'll try not to do it again. I'm very
Do it
much
again.
Scottish. Sarah, Simon, I read in your Wikipedia page that you're a beekeeper. Is that true? Yes. Yes.
Did you write that in, Simon?
Yeah, I should have done. Yeah, we were actually joking the other day about Wikipedia pages and how you could basically put anything up and people believe it. So, Sarah, unfortunately, you've fallen into that trap.
Yeah.
Bees are no friend of mine, and I am no friend of bees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a wasp, but a bee is just absolutely, it's asking for trouble. It's asking for trouble. They're meant to look cuddlier, but nah, don't think so. Sorry, I'm hogging
I
here.
know.
It's 'cause I'm close to the screen, I'm not
I'll ask you the question. How about that? Avery is asking, hi Avery, when did you guys start playing music?
Guess we started playing music together, age 13, 14. We got in the garage and started making some noise. Just tried to have some fun, and we didn't stop. And here we are now on the worldwide internet web,
I know.
I know.
talking to you guys.
Talking to internet people.
Yeah.
I know these people could be surfing. They could be.
I know.
No,
we
absolutely.
did anything. We do appreciate you joining us, and
Really do.
we're having a great time here.
We are, and now we're going to play one more song. This song is called "The Rain," and it's a B-side.
20 seconds.
All right. This song is about to be called "The Rain."
Yep. You're gonna want to turn on the tambourine in that room.
Cool. So here we go. This is "The Rain." back room. We can't hear a sound, creaking and groaning with the windows smashed out. The hush isn't separate from the glory found at the edge of your basement where the light gets out. Only the heavens can say when the rain gets out. I still love it when you're around. It cost me my kingdom, your glorious crown. The moment I wake up, I forget to breathe. All of this heartbreak is smothering me. Only the heavens can say when the rain gets out. Only the heavens can say when the rain gets out. Cool. This is weird. There's no denying that.
No cheering.
Really crowd, man. Really crowd. So I'm going to tune my guitar. Boys, take it away.
Cool. What we got here?
Carol, who would you want to collaborate with that you haven't yet? Well, we've been lucky to have some great collaborations. Indeed, we've got the beautiful and wonderful Ben Bridwell from Band of Horses guesting in the new record, and he's an amazing talent. We've been big fans of that band for a long time. So to get him on the record's a real honour. But
I guess we'd love to work with Rivers Cuomo of Weezer. He's a master songwriter, and Weezer were a massive influence on us over the years. So that'd be really special. And Eddie Vedder, if you want to just give us a shout. I'd
really love to write a song with Mark Kozilek as well from the Red House Painters. He's a genius, a big influence in my songwriting.
Legend genius, man.
Legend genius.
Yeah. So
iconic Lego genio.
Neil Donovan, what do you think is the hardest song to play live and why?
We've been playing an old song called "Strung to Your Ribcage" live recently, and it's quite a tricky one. It's I don't quite know how we managed to do it back in the day, but yeah, it's just one of those songs that it's quite odd to play, and it takes a bit getting used to. So that was a surprise. Yeah, rediscovering.
Drum wise, Horses is really difficult on both the feet and the arms. It's a real tirer.
Ben's replicating 10 duck-sized horses on that song just to get the gallop.
It's the only way to do it.
Jordan Foy, when you're publishing a magazine or on TV, do you still get the same buzz as when it first happened? Yeah, I think it's always weird for us to read about our band. I think we still think of ourselves as just like a local band in Glasgow, or in Ayrshire, not even Glasgow, the metropolis that is Glasgow. But you definitely get a buzz. I think you'd be slightly dead inside if you didn't. But having said that, if we're in a magazine and someone's saying we're rubbish, then that can be hard to take. But
it's a buzzkill.
Any nice things, any nice at all, then that'd be great.
Maria Himmelstroop, that's a great name.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest experience with being in the band?
Your biggest
incredible.
experience?
The best experience. I think so hard to pick out just one.
The highlight.
The highlight. I think just all of it. I really, boys, I literally can't pick out a single experience.
I guess it kind of changes the more you do. The very first time we got to make a record was just, we couldn't believe that we were finally making an album when we made Black and Sky. And I guess now making a double album I find really quite exciting, because it's kind of an obnoxious thing to do, and to get to get Warner Brothers to, finance a double record for a band like ours is really quite a feat, and we feel like that's kind of. I mean, I don't know if that's what you mean, but it's lost in translation.
It's quite an ambiguous question, but I think we answered it really well.
And and I guess the very first time we played a venue in Glasgow called the Barrowlands, first time we headlined that was a really big moment for us because it was where we'd seen all our favourite bands younger, Rage Against the Machine, Pantera, Green Day, and all these great bands, and so it was amazing to then end up on that stage, and kind of creating our own story, I guess. So that was lovely. Bill Davidson, ever think about doing a covers album? You are the best at interpreting other songs. I didn't say that. That wasn't a personal quote that we are the best at covering other songs. That was Bill's own words. I don't know if we'd make a record.
No.
It's quite good fun. It's a nice kind of distraction and a kind of nice fun thing to do. But I think if we were working on a record, we'd much rather work on our own tunes. So but thank you very much for enjoying the odd cover that we do.
Nice of you, Bill.
Jimmy.
Laura Emma Durant, what are each of your favourite albums of all time and why? I'm going to say Elliott Smith, Either Or. Just one of those records that's really stuck with me for a long time. Sometimes records come into your life and you listen to them for a year or two and, they become favourites and then maybe you move on. But this is just a record that's stuck around for, 10 years now, I guess. And, just beautiful songs, beautiful melodies and, obviously a troubled soul. But, it's amazing sort of the power you can have by putting some of your emotions into music.
I'll go Weezer Pinkerton. One of our favourite bands of all time. I guess we think that's their best album. There's not a bad song on it. Ticks all the boxes. Pretty simple.
I'll go with Red House Painters, Grace Cathedral Park, the roller coaster album, whatever you call it. It's titleless, but it's just an incredible album, and one that I would take to a desert island and make love to and with for hours and hours and hours. Neva Scott, would you ever write or cover a Christmas song? Well,
funny you should say
that, but maybe in the next couple of weeks we may be covering a Christmas song, so we've not decided. Any suggestions, by all means, fling them in if you.
This is the perfect forum.
This is the
to
perfect forum for it. We can finally get some ideas. So, what do you think we should cover as a Christmas song? We want to hear it.
Suddenly we're asking the questions now.
I know. Yeah, I know. Bob, would you ever let a fan play with you on stage? Well, Bob, we have done that before. Back in the day, we did in Glasgow. We did like a 4-night kind of residency where we played each record, and it was before Puzzle, so it was going to be the proposed version of Puzzle. And we ran a competition for someone to come up and sing with us. And what was the fella's name? Let's say Fraser. Lovely
I
Fraser.
think that was
came up and sang. What was the song again? Well, our memories are terrible.
Yeah.
A lot happens when you're on tour. But it was a great experience. It was something. It'd be great to do it again for some fun, But you need to bring your A game. You need to know what you do, and do what you know. So, yep. Alan, what's the craziest thing that has been thrown onto the stage during a show?
Knickers.
Knickers. That's
I
not
think
strange.
I don't know.
Sorry, pennies. That's what you'd call them over here, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to rock and roll, but people don't throw that much underwear on stage anymore. But I guess you get shoes and things like that.
I got hit in the face with a can of Red Bull once. Gone right in the forehead. And then I was on the warpath. I was after the first song as well, but so someone was going to die that night. I'd calmed down by the end of the show, thank God.
We did this one of our very first festivals. They were giving out these free chewing gum for everyone arriving, and so we were like first on, and I thought it'd be funny to say "Gi is the gum," which is translated as "Give us the gum," and everyone threw the chewing gum, and no one hit me. I was standing like that in my Jesus Christ pose. No one hit me, and I caught about 4 packs of chewing gum. So my breath still smells amazing. It was great, but people need to get better at aiming. If you're going to throw something at a band, make sure you hit them. Otherwise, you look really foolish. So that's the warning. Jamie Evans, if you could merge 2 bands to create a super band, who would they be and why? That's a fantastic question.
A killer question. I think I would bring the rhythm section from Rage Against the Machine. I think just one of the most powerful.
And Chris Cornell.
Yeah. That's funny. Touche.
Who's the other band?
I don't know. I was hoping maybe you might think of a couple of great frontmen or something.
Let's see. It'd be interesting to have a rhythm section of Rage with.
The piano of Ben Folds
I was
5.
going to say that the piano of Ben Folds 5. That thing would be quite interesting.
I would like to have Jagger and Richards and Lightning Bolt form a
wow.
band. There you go. That's some new music. That would be some new
Certainly
right there. And Ben, who are your drumming inspirations from Zach?
Who are my drumming inspirations? I have many, but I'll go for the ones that people probably haven't heard of. That's the best way to go, isn't it? A drummer called Peter Moffat, who played in a band that are no longer called Burning Airlines. Darren Jesse of Ben Folds 5 is a huge inspiration to me. And then Dave Grohl, of course, first and foremost, the man that is the drums. Yes, Neil Peart of Rush, massive inspiration. Mark Herron, formerly of Ocean Size. Yeah, there's loads. All the good ones and none of the crap ones.
Great. Twan Bracco Gartner. What is Stingin Belle about, and who came up with the original musical idea?
It's about a woman that's lost her way, really, and it's trying to kind of sing a song for her to kind of come back, I guess, to a certain extent. And like all Biffy songs, I write all the songs, so I came up with it. The original musical idea, as you call it, Twan. Jonathan Kotick, what happened to the mustache, and how did you manage to make a trio sound so full live and in records? Since as a trio you can't use a whole wall of sound. Well, the mustache got voted out. I think I really enjoyed having it. While I rocked it in the summer for a couple of months. My wife could barely look at me, and my face looked like the inside of a pocket, as if I dropped something inside my pocket. And you turned it inside out. So yeah, that's why I get rid of it.
I thought it looked good, man.
I thought it was
No.
a strong look.
Now, 6 months later, I mean, it's like, get rid of it. And I guess Jonathan, now live, unfortunately, we're a 5-piece, so and it's in the last 6 months, well, the last kind of year, we got an extra guitarist in, and then we thought the new albums get tons of keyboards and piano and things, so we wanted to kind of be able to recreate certain sounds in the record. So now we're a 5-piece, but for about 10 years, it was just the three of us, and part of our sound, I guess, is that every time we got a new bit of gear or amplifier, we'd just fling it on stage and just involve it in the sound. So we had so many different levels of kind of guitars and bass, and for some reason, yeah, it just kind of makes it, if I've got a guitar through 4 different amps, it does sound like 4 different guitars. And also when I was young, I played violin, which meant I had to use all my fingers. So as soon as I picked up the guitar, I would always do 4-finger chords and try and just fling on extra notes. And I think that sometimes completes the sound. Plus we all sing.
Yeah.
So we do everything we can. But yeah, the records is a bit of a different beast. You can spend time kind of creating a wall of sound, as you call it. Sabine Masters, did you see the pumpkin a fan carved with their new album cover on it? No.
We'd
If you
love
could
to.
send
That sounds
us over
like
a copy.
it could have taken a long
JPEG.
time. We'd love to see that. Maybe somebody can send us a picture.
Carving a pumpkin is a nightmare.
It is a nightmare, yeah.
So whoever's done that, well done. You must have really strong arms, or just one really strong arm, and your friend's holding the pumpkin down.
Victor, what advice do you have for young artists trying to make a career out of music? Try and take the word career out for a start, I would say, and just young artists making music and concentrate on that, and don't think about making a living.
I think you got to trust your instinct. People are always some people love your band, some people will hate your band. If people don't like your band or your music, then don't take it to heart, because some of the best bands in the world, half the world hates, and so just be true to yourself and trust your instinct, and I think you should do okay. And don't have a plan B, as we said earlier. Don't have a plan B. Just stick at it, and you'll get better. And things will happen. So good luck. Tom, what's your favourite food to eat when you're in the US? Pastrami.
Wow.
We're having lunch after this, and it's going to
Kreplach.
involve a lot of pastrami and kreplach,
Kreplach.
which I don't know if that's American.
No, kreplach. It's a Yiddish soup with matzo balls in it, I believe.
Yep.
It's lovely.
Very
But
nice.
when we were making the record, we went to a place called California Chicken Cafe, and And I think we worked out by the time we got to the end of the record, we'd gone through like 100 chickens or something like that. We ate a lot of chicken, but
depleted the
there's so much choice here in the US. Sometimes it's really difficult to decide what to eat, you know. But you have some great food. Great food.
Charles, what's the best gig you've ever been to? My best gig I've ever seen was probably at the Drive-In. We saw them twice in 6 months in about, it was like 98 or 99, or maybe 2000 actually. And the first time was at a festival, and they just completely blew us all away. Actually, I had to literally pick my jaw up off the floor because I fell over, and it was amazing. Just so much energy and inspiration and soul coming out of that band, and it's it's a bit of a shame that the reunion shows I believe have been great, but it's a bit of a shame when you see Omar not being very interested, because it's kind of, if you're going to go out and do shows, and you owe your fans to give it your best. That's if you want to just hang out with your mates, then just do it in a garage. You don't need to go and tour, but if you're wanting to go and take the money, then you should give people a good show. So I'm really glad we saw them back in their heyday.
Just when we're talking about reunions, this summer we got to see Refused at the FYF Festival in LA, and that was a band we never got to see first time around, and they had such a huge influence on us, and that style of music that almost the exact opposite with At the Drive-In. They really come back fighting fit, like they've been in training for 3 years to come back and do these shows, and they just kind of toured around the world real quickly and blew the place away. So that was really amazing. It was funny going to a festival because we didn't see any other bands that night. We just walked in to see Refused, and they just had the whole crowd kind of in the palm of their hand. So that was really an amazing show.
I really enjoyed seeing Braid in a little tiny club in Glasgow. Hadn't really heard the band much beforehand and didn't know what to expect, and it was just such a wonderful ramshackle experience, never to be forgotten, and I think it really formed the music we made after that point.
Remember the bassist took the huff?
He did take the huff for a little bit, yeah.
Left. His lead wasn't working. He was like, I'm out here.
Apart from that, it was legendary.
What's the most beautiful country you've ever visited? Everyone. They're all amazing. Where are you from? What's your country?
That's a loaded question.
Barney Thompson, ever planning on making a B-sides album? We'd love to. Right into Beggar's Banquet, right into Warner Brothers, People Power. We can make it happen. And we're very proud of our B-sides. Well, I guess we've already done Lonely Revolutions, which had 18 B-sides from the Only Revolutions record. And we're kind of hoping that Beggar's Banquet at some point will put out all our early B-sides from the first 3 records, put them all together and make a beautiful thing. So we'll see. What's your favourite swear word? Can we swear
I
here?
don't think we can do that, can we? We can? Wow.
Fuck nugget. Sniff midget. That's not even a swear word.
I don't mind a good old
Bucket of
fashioned
pricks.
motherfucker.
Motherfucker,
If used correctly, it can be very effective.
Used correctly.
If we're allowed to say anything, I'm going to say cunt, because I know that's really offensive in America.
Yeah, it is.
But it's said quite a lot in Britain, and it's fairly run of the mill.
People throw that around in Scotland.
Yeah,
before
Scottish people
breakfast,
say it's almost a term of endearment. He's a good cunt, and that's a nice thing to say.
It can be a nice thing, as bizarre as that sounds. Artie, if you had to eat one thing for an entire week, what would it be?
Well, we've gotten pretty good at eating pasta. We eat pasta every night. It's really dull, but we eat pasta every night before a show because it gives us energy and so we can perform better for you guys. But so I think perform, so we kind of gotten used to that. So I'm sure we could eat. Well, we've been eating pasta for the last 4 years, so I think 1 week should be quite easy.
I would go Maltesers every day for the rest of my life if I could. If it wouldn't rot my teeth out, that's exactly what I would do.
I could eat avocado for ages.
Oh, yeah.
Full
That's a
week,
superfood.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Butterfruit. It is a superfood.
What's your favourite berry? Acai berries.
Acai, goji, acai berries.
Jared Workman, do you think you could end the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak? Yeah. No doubt. So we're going to bring a whole lot of pain. Whole lot of pain. Right, let's play some music because we're rubbish at chatting. This song is called Once a Tune Up. Do you want to introduce this song really slowly for us?
I was hoping you would introduce it and then I could tune up to the appropriate tuning.
Right, well this song is called Opposite. the loneliest parts. I need to tune this properly. That's what happens.
This is
This is
live.
what happens. We're live.
This is
But,
live.
I'm sure you guys don't mind waiting for a couple of minutes while we take care of this. But
It's always better if it's in tune, you know.
yeah.
You are the loneliest person that I've ever known. We are joined to the surface, but nowhere else. I look in the glass and stare at your strained, gray, motionless face and ask, underneath, is there a golden soul? Take care of the ones that you love. Take care of the ones that you love. Baby, I'm leaving here. You need to be with somebody else. I can't stop bleeding here. Can you suture my wounds? Everyone is beginning to breathe as I break down. You are in love with a shadow that won't come back. Sooner or later, we all have to wake and try forgetting everything. Underneath, there's a perfect sky. Baby, I'm leaving here. You need to be with somebody else. I can't stop bleeding here. Can you suture my wounds and feelings? Baby, I'm leaving here. You need to be with somebody else. I can't stop bleeding here. Can you suture my wounds and feelings?
Is it true that you get iron brew sent from Scotland because it tastes better?
It does taste better.
It does taste better, but unfortunately, it's not true that we get it sent from Scotland because that would just be plain ridiculous. But no, iron brew, for those who don't know, is a really fizzy and sweet drink that's almost the national drink of Scotland, and
It's only available in Scotland.
I think it is. Yeah,
We did get it sent from Scotland.
yeah. Well, I think it gets made in
America.
the US.
Yeah,
whatever,
because
I
I think we have a Scotch ingredient that's illegal over here. So we got sent a crate and it didn't taste right.
But if you haven't tried it, you should try it. It's really a lot of fun. A lot of fun. How would you, Matt asked, how would you say you've changed as a band over the years?
We're older.
We're definitely older.
I don't know if we're wiser. I think the way we operate as a band has never really changed. You know, that's part of the reason that we still stay in Scotland, because we don't want any outside influence to kind of to seep into the music. You know, it should always be about what we want to do. And so I guess we tour in a bit more luxury than we did before. Get nicer clothes sometimes. Yeah, apart from that, just we still operate exactly the same way. It's really important for us to kind of retain everything we had at the start of this band. You know, we don't want to, you know, to risk kind of, you know, like spending loads of money in practice rooms and all that. That's not cool. You know, we just want to go somewhere and play together. You know, and some days the songs come together, some days they don't, and you can come back the next day. But we operate in very much the same way, you know. And all our crew and everything are people we've known for years and years. So it's like a little family, a Biffy family.
Amanda's asking, for those who haven't been to Scotland, what places would you suggest to check out?
Well, I guess Ayrshire.
We would obviously say Ayrshire.
The electric bray.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an amazing place.
It's like it should be one of the wonders of the world, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's just this amazing landscape that it looks like you're driving downhill, but you're actually driving uphill. And everyone stops. You shouldn't actually drive that road. It's extremely dangerous because there's people always stopped on it. But yeah, bizarrely, some stuff rolls uphill, and it's a wonder of.
It's like an optical illusion, isn't it? I think
it's exactly an optical illusion. And
you
know, Edinburgh's a beautiful city to look at, great place as well. Glasgow's very vibey. You know, I think if you were going to go and catch bands or see music, you'd probably want to go to Glasgow.
And then not far from Glasgow's Loch Lomond as well. You're like 20 minutes from Glasgow, you can get to Loch Lomond, and it's like a different world.
To be honest, if you're from America, you could probably do Scotland in a day.
Yeah,
you know, that
easy.
We've driven longer drives touring over here than we ever have in the UK. So yeah, you could gobble up the entirety of Scotland in a day. So you should do it, Amanda. The time is now. Why wait? Life's too short. Scotland needs you. Timothy, coffee or tea? Both. I downed both earlier.
Both together.
Both together, and it was almost upsetting, actually. My day was almost over.
They're not doing toffee.
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, it is important to get your caffeine, though. Don't forget. Lauren, do you guys have or used to have any pets?
Yep. Yep.
So I had avid dogs all my life. Minstrel. Rosie and Lulu. Sadly, they're all departed. But love dogs, and my wife loves cats. I'm not quite a cat person.
No, you're thinking about getting a dog, aren't you?
Yeah.
Maybe a pug or a.
I'd like a pug or a really trendy French bulldog.
I could imagine you with a pug. We could bring it on tour.
That's actually the only way that I could get one, is if I brought it on tour. But I know what I'd call it.
All right.
I'm going to call it George Alagaya after myself and my missus' favourite newsreader, George Alagaya.
That's brilliant.
And so there will
I've got a big, massive, fat cat called Fergus who's watching at home. Hi, Fergus. He's an insanely huge cat. Don't know why he's so big. We don't feed him any more than anything.
Feed him other cats.
Nah, no. Well, no. He could easily eat one whole. But
he's a house cat, isn't he?
He's a house cat, so yeah, he doesn't get out and get the exercise, but he is big.
He's a cat.
He's more like a lion or a tiger than a house cat.
What else you got here? Favourite films? Have you seen any recently?
Yeah.
Yep. New Bond. Skyfall's amazing.
Incredible.
Fantastic. Saw a nice Scottish film called The Angel Share. It's about whiskey.
Wow, left field, man.
Yeah, it's really Scottish.
It's typically Scottish. It's about a man's kind of improving his life and trying to get himself back in his feet, and he does so by stealing a bunch of whiskey. So
wow. We watched The Skin and I Live In.
The Skin I Live In, Pedro Almodovar's good movie.
Strong
body
stomach.
horror. We got quite a surprise watching that. We watched that in a train with lots of other people around us just looking at us funny. So it's don't watch that with anyone you don't know around, because it's slightly upsetting.
It is.
And what else we got? How did you come up with your band name, Ingrid? Not today. Come on. Come on. It's time for fun, happiness. We don't want to answer that question. Sorry, Ingrid.
What would you play for the Loch Ness Monster? Stingin Belle, definitely.
I'd play ping pong. Ping pong for the Loch Ness Monster. I bet it's pretty good. Corey, what are you most excited for in the coming months? Well,
Christmas.
It's a bit biased, but we're right. You say Christmas, I say the album, man. I say the album. I'll let you talk about Christmas.
Christmas is such a wonderful time of year, you know. Just Jollity. There's a word for you.
A new word.
A new word. It's mine. It's all around, and it's a wonderful time. And it's the one day of the year we're guaranteed to be at home, isn't it? And not be gigging. We're not guaranteed.
Unless you're working.
Yeah. But for us, at least.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah. So that's what's exciting until January when an album comes out in Britain, and then March, of course, when it comes out in America. So that's all exciting
we've
stuff.
got an exciting time coming up. It's been great being here in America, and we're going to be back over here. We're not entirely sure when, but probably in April.
Definitely back in April.
Yeah.
And we'll be here for a week or so in February.
And the record comes out in March 12th. In all good record stores, if any of those exist anymore.
And it's a belter. We can't wait for you guys to hear it. We really hope you like it because we invested a lot of ourselves into it and we love it. So, hopefully you like the new tunes you've heard today and everything. And now we're going to play an old song. So, we are Biffy Clyro. We've been on live stream because this is actually live. See that? that just happened. And so thanks so much for tuning in. Don't know what you internet people do, but tuning in and great to see you. We are Biffy Clyro. Thanks so much for having us. So here we go. You say I love you, boy, but I know you lie. I trust you all the same. I don't know why. 'Cause when my back is turned, my bruises shine. Our broken fairy tale, so hard to hide. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart. I'll take a bruise, I know you're worth it. When you hit me hard. Sitting in a wishing hole, hoping it stays dry. Feet cast in solid stone, got Gilligan's eyes. I still believe it's you and me till the end of time. When we collide, we come together. If we don't, we'll always be apart.
you and me till the end.